check, 1 2, check, 1 2, 1 2, mic check. Mic check.
All right, so we're live after a little bit of technical switcheroos, but we are, the beat goes on, global internet radio show, live from the beautiful downtown Gold Room in Colorado Springs. And this is a very special show for me, as they all are. I always say that, but this is an opportunity to hear a band that has not been on our show in a while, but I've got a lot of great stories and conversation with Mr. Jefferson. But we do this every week, and so once again, if you know anybody that should be listening, watching, text them KCOSdigitalmedia.com, and they can enjoy the online presence. And we're broadcasting on the radio station, on our YouTube channel, and on our Facebook page. So basically, I'm here with my co-host, Street Corner Gypsy Lisa Carnes.
Yeah.
And we're missing our Castle Raven mistress, Laura Lear, but the show always goes on, and it's time to introduce our friends, the Stray Sons.
Yes.
Thank you. We're stoked, Mark.
Okay. I'm not hearing you.
Thank you.
That song is called Rubber Man, about getting in a car accident.
Yeah, dog.
This next one is a love tune. It's about my parents.
Chris.
I tried to write about me and my wife, but the lyrics just came out sideways, and it was very unfortunate for everyone. What if I told you I'm my suspicion? It's just thing known as we planned. Some indications say we best prepare for failure and leave this right on where it stands. What if I told you I'd fallen victim? In my mind, it finally given way. Some grand scheme, some catered pipeline dream. Somehow you might wanna stay. I said, child, things will get better. For the end we'll get ahead. And I said, child, things will get brighter. Of this old skin we will share. What if I told you I'd be so frustrated when you tell me that I'm wrong? Give you the truth, though it's not the same for you. You're just mad as I'm far gone. What if you told me there was no right answer? It's self-fabrication in your head. Facts, there was only validation. I should take right back every word I said. And now, child, I know you'll fight this. Texture lies with time and place. I said, child, I know despite this. While I'm getting angry, smile is on your face. And I said, to see these things from soul in my point of view. Oh, that I've never been since I was young. And some of these shots will just take me too. Fast while the storm is strong. To sacrifice my ship, never bail out, lose myself too quick, and wait for the sun to come along. Yes, girl, there's a method to my increased arrangement, and my candor is refined. So if you feel yourself lose common navigation, why don't you tie your boats right up next to mine? Oh, that I know a little better, and to see these things from soul in my point of view. Oh, that I've never been since I was young. Some of these shots are worth just taking too. Walk around with that smile on your face. Thank you, thank you.
That was a wonderful song. What was the name of that again?
That song is called What If.
I really liked it.
Currently, that has more plays than any of our tunes on Spotify right now.
That's wonderful.
Seems to be our most popular.
It's a wonderful song.
Thank you.
This one's, can you hear me? This one is a song that we've never played before. It's called Happy Sad. I wrote it. Jake wrote the lyrics. It's a really dumb song.
Hey, it's a good song. I like it.
Thanks.
She tears across the desert, scouring memories of her evening and wine. There are scarce not on demand. She pulls them back in choices of the senses that keep spinning in mind. Buried in the night's parade, locked a man of ruckus laughter, firing notes into the shade of every fear she ever faced. Knows she won't be lonely 'cause she knows of what she's made. Red eyes and pounding all the trophies of dumb shit we're doing. Even though our hearts are scarred, I know that we will make it through it. Coffee stirred with a plastic spoon. She overviews her choices, gambles sugar bed with protein and try to keep the ache and clear the view. Tears broke the horizon, and she know that she'd be lying if she told herself that this was love. The shadow that she woke up next to was nothing short of a shameless moment. One of love that feels that tough. Know that she'd be lying no more, criminal shots of a drug. Buried in the backseat are the trophies of dumb shit we're doing. Even bearing all my scars, I know that we won't make it through it. And if we blow from all the shit we carry, trust to hell for all the things we've done. Bury all the faults that we can't bury. Face the sun. Now she sits and mulls it over, stumbling to choices, and she knows that she'd be going through it. And I see it while she's sober, while her heart is stained by kindness, her actions need no explanation. Buried in the backseat are the trophies of dumb things we're doing. Even though our hearts are scarred, I know that we won't make it through love, yeah, love despite the sins committed, fighting through the pain. I'm thinking it's nothing new. Here is where we face the cold, it'll be right out of yeah, yeah. Oh, know that we will make it through. Thank you, thank you.
You guys are outstanding, I have to tell you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm loving this. I like the style. I love your voice. You guys are really great. You guys really play well together. We're having a titch bit of technical difficulties, but we're ironing them out.
Awesome.
And it will all be okay. But with music the way you guys are putting out, It's not really what it looks like, it's what it sounds like right now.
Yeah.
And you guys are sounding hot.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
It's great.
Well, you know, there's a story behind every little thing, and Jake and I had already talked about some of the little things that you weren't around for.
No?
Yeah, you know.
Was it before my time?
Jake and I met back in 2015 when I first started doing this as a radio show.
Gotcha.
And I was also booking the Overlook Coffee House on
I played there.
Rock Rimmon. Yeah, I mean, this is where it all began. Basically, we would do the radio show on a Wednesday night, and the band that did the show on the Wednesday did the show at the Overlook on the Friday. And you know, times change, but we are in a beautiful place, and you guys have really, what we wanted to talk about was the evolution of the band, Jake, which has been, you guys are making, no pun intended, but a lot of noise around town.
Yes. Yes.
You guys are really, I'm loving your success. You guys are really kicking up the game. You got a new CD. We're playing it on the station in its entirety, in rotation. So as far as questions go, I hear that where you guys work, nobody knows you're in a band.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's just Jake. Let
I
me preface that with everyone where I work has been to one of my shows. Everyone where I work knows what I do in my spare time. It's just Jake.
Uh-oh. And Tim.
yeah, I'm guilty of underselling us. It's the result of doing this for 9 years.
Sure.
And for the first 4 or 5 years, I invited all my friends and everybody knew and that kind of thing. And slowly people, you know, they stopped showing up because you play the same songs and you're doing the same thing and you're the same band. And so eventually I just stopped talking about it because it just became a thing that I did. And then all of a sudden I get these group of guys behind me who make me sound much better than I am. And
He's not wrong about that.
yeah, I'm terrible. I'm actually really bad.
Well, you know, I thought we had, you know, an opening band because during sound check and the extended a little bit of hiccup, it was like the Stray Sons Jazz Trio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, we're just, I don't know, in my enthusiasm, you know, I know the whole Stray Sons collective, and we, you know, we wanted to get Nikki involved at some point, you know, but you know, whatever we're
Absolutely.
getting tonight is just it's just golden because
Yeah, you guys are really good.
Thank you.
we'll save some more questions for later, but you know, what we always get is people saying, "Let's talk more music." So you want to do another couple too?
Yeah,
Hi,
absolutely.
honey bunny.
Get your face in that camera, buddy.
So this is one of my oldest tunes. This song is called "In Between the Lines." I think I played this way back in the day.
Back in Stray Sons Classic.
Back on Stray Sons Greatest Hits Volume 3.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing I can say to you to make you believe that what I say is true. But maybe someday you'll read in between the lines and find some peace of mind. It's a charade. I stated I've been vaccinated from sunshine. I'm blind to the scene, and in between the lines I hope you're fine. And all kind of color washed away from another canvas I painted, hung up in my mind. It's gold, strikingly handsome. I hope someday you'll read in between the lines. Oh, yeah, now, yeah. It ain't a shame
I'm always to blame, the excuse you pay when you want to get away with everything you done. Every boy is strung along to keep your body warm. They swarm to your charms, and I've had enough to keep my stuff. It's way too much for me to bluff about. Now go tell your friends how it dance and make amends and know where you stand. Cause in the end I'll be sleeping a lot better now. I've been sleeping a lot better when you're gone. And she's crying at me, screaming at me now. I got nothing, baby, nothing to worry about. Oh, how I just wish you would shut her mouth. Imagine the fashion, the way that I'm crashing and burning and churning, the way that she's learning how to push my buttons. She knows how to hit me, how to pull my hair. Standing there, gritting my teeth, and I do speak to a girl, thinks it your whole world, and she twirls on them curls. The things that she said till I kind of break. That's that way only to get away. Hope I won't hear her say. Hope I won't. Now that I am free, I'll find new peace of mind. Maybe she won't think that I was just in her mind. And she keeps screaming at me since I thinking her blind. But oh, sorry. Take away my peace. No, I'm never gonna let her take away my peace. No, I'm never gonna let her take away my peace. No, I'm never gonna let her take away my peace. Wouldn't it be a beautiful world if every boy and every girl could just smile at each other, never leave one another along? And this is the song every boy wants to sing to his girl and girl to a boy. But we all know there is no kind of joy like a fighting struggle of love. That's never enough. And she's crying that Mrs. Child to change my mind. Yeah, she talks about me like I was a wrinkle in time. Oh yeah, but I won't let her take away my peace. No, I'm never gonna let her take away my peace. No, I'm never gonna let her take away my peace. Oh yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So, I will have to say, although I know we're doing 2 songs, I got my little blabbermouth thing going on here. Your bass playing is absolutely outstanding. Yeah, it's really, really, really good. All of you guys are really good. But being a bass player, of course, I'm watching you, and wow, really good.
Well, he's kind of featured in this next one, so
Fabulous.
it's a good opportunity for him to show off a little bit. This is another old tune. This one's called Utter Tuggin'. My knees, pushing yourself up on top of me. Don't you see what
all it's worth. All of my pleasure from you, girl. Don't you see what's he done to me? Oh, I got to set you free. I'm gonna give you roll. Drop down onto the shore, yeah, yeah. And we roll into my points when you get your skin. I love little second that people trying. Don't you see? I'm out to see now what you done to me. See some little game gone on the strain. Slip inside myself into your shame. Don't you see what you done to me? Now I'm screwed inside a sonic craze. Oh, we're back and forth, swinging this haze. Don't you see what you done to me? Oh, baby, we break free. I'm calling on this love. Don't ever feel I have enough. I am. So right into the middle and make you wait. Something wrong, you might as well talk me by then. Don't you see? Girl, don't you see now what you done to me?
Thank you. That's Addison Sloan shredding on the guitar over there.
Wonderful. Just really great, you guys. I'm impressed with you guys. I've never got to hear you guys, but I've heard so much about you guys. So,
Hopefully good things.
really good things, actually. Really good things. And
Well, you know, about everybody in the band, but
Yeah.
no.
If you heard bad things about this band, it was
No,
probably
no.
from this band.
We haven't heard any bad things, but you know the.
You want to hear some?
We
like,
got
"I got some
we got
for ya."
2 hours, so if you got stories, but
Let me start. No.
no, we we happen to have a special guest star here in the audience.
Yeah.
Mr. Kevin Smith, who had been involved in Jake his musical progress over time.
I've been really fortunate to get to work with Jake and Addison and just around these guys. They're a lot of fun to hang out with. And
Yeah, dog.
yeah, they're kind of crazy, and it's a
Ke-
lot of the time. Good
Kevin
times.
was kind of the anchor of getting us all together,
Yeah, I would agree
and
with that.
Nikki included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, well, thank you. I don't really feel like we just hung out together. It was a good connection. We had a great time, and I love getting to see you guys going forward like you are. It's been an amazing road. I can't wait to see you on the road, like on the road. You'll be there. You'll be there, man.
Well, see, that's it. There's a lot of facilitators here in this town. We're not the only ones. We don't pretend to be the only ones. But yeah, it takes the community to be a community and to support the community. And you know,
sure.
we've been watching. Well, we watch everybody, of course, but you guys, like I say, especially, you've been catching some really good opportunities, and with the CD release, you know, it's that was a question that I wanted to ask is, you know, since I know, and I know along with Kevin, some of the songs that are on your CD are older
Yeah.
versions or newer versions of older songs
Yeah.
under different name. I don't know if you want to bring up the band name and progression of the band, but you know, whatever. The point being is, the craftsmanship that goes into, and the hard work that goes into making great product. You know, it's not always a one and done. It's a one and evolve and rework. And tell me about it in your words, really.
For a long time, when I wrote, like the tunes that are on that album are tunes, I had a catalog of probably about 60 originals, and the tunes that are on the album are the ones that I always felt were strong and deserved to be. I'm gonna sound like a really big pretentious douche here. They kind of had a life of their own as a song, and I felt they deserved to be played throughout the years. And then when these guys finally jumped on board, when they decided to play with me, so to speak, they really made these tunes exactly how I wanted them to sound. They buffered them and made them powerful with the way that they worked with them. There's one tune on the album in particular, Not a Ghost, that when I brought it in, they were all kind of like, yeah, you know, we don't know how we feel about it. And after playing with it for about 5 weeks, we finally got it into the groove that we wanted, and it ended up being one of our favorite tunes on the album. We all walked away from that one going, holy cow, that was a good one.
Well, it's the chemistry that you guys have. I mean, when I saw the Stray Sons back when at a 4th of July show, and I thought, well, these guys are pretty good. They've got a chance. But when you put the chemistry of Tim and everybody, Addison, and I mean, it's amazing your songwriting abilities. I mean, I got a real good chance to work with you, and I was always amazed when you'd sit down and say, "Here, let's do," and we'd all sit there, scratch our heads, and you say, "Really, it's easy. Just do this." and you've got the backing and the chemistry between you guys. You feed off each other, and that's the important thing that makes your songwriting what it does. And not blowing smoke. I'm just very happy for you all.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we play a lot of Mario Kart together.
I like that one.
Yeah, we do play an exceptional amount of Mario Kart. I think, like, if there's any sort of chemistry in this band, dude, we're exceptional Mario Kart players. We're all right musicians.
It's kind of disgusting.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, like, through my journey in this band, you know, I started after, it was Jake and Joe, and then I started. We had a bunch of different bass players before we found Tim. But, yeah, I mean, like, you know, being able and fortunate enough to be in a group that has the musicianship to kind of execute the ideas that we want to do, but also have the kind of chemistry where I can be like, hey, Tim, you're a dick, and he doesn't get pissed off about it.
Well,
It's really important. Because you need to be able to communicate with your bandmates. It's like a relationship, right? Like if you're in a relationship and you're not communicating, or you're like, oh man, did you hear what my bass player said about us after the show? And it's like, I don't want to fucking deal with that.
right?
Stop. Yeah.
So,
Right.
whose idea was it to do the dress thing for the video?
That was actually so I wrote.
He did the
Yeah.
That was
whole.
quick.
He planned the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was a stroke of brilliance, honestly.
Yeah, I got real weird and I was like, guys, you want to proofread this? Because it's really stupid and weird. And they were like, no, dude, you're good. Keep going. And then it became the entity that it was. And I found myself being carried by Tim on train tracks in a dress and a wig.
Nikki, how weird was it really?
I know. I wanna
Nikki
see
actually
that.
helped me pick out the dress.
Oh, see?
Yeah, so very supportive there.
I expected that, really, I did.
Yeah, she was.
Were you
She was.
cracking up?
Well,
Best
Nikki
help.
is so glamorous anyway. I mean, you got to at least come over and take a bow sometime during the show.
We'll probably ever come sing one with us.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? That's really, that would just warm my heart because she's one of my favorite
Me too.
singers in the state.
Yeah, me
And
too.
I know you're working incessantly on what you're doing, and it's not just singing. You're in the music curriculum, music business curriculum, and we need to partner up at some point.
Not
Sure.
only just to give a shout out to Nikki, she runs our social media too, and she started this social media company that is now has much more than us as a client, and she's doing really good work and building a good business.
I don't know of it. What is the name?
I think it's just Nikki Jerome Social Media LLC.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Jerome
didn't
Social
know
Media.
that. Okay, that's very interesting.
So all this, we don't really touch it at all. So all the social media posts and everything, she
noticed
takes care of that.
That's
It's so
wonderful.
nice.
That's wonderful. And by the way, there was nothing pretentious about what you said. It wasn't pretentious. It really wasn't.
Well-
You got to take pride in what you do, and you work hard for what you do. You know, and when it comes out great, it comes out great.
I guess it felt pretentious to me because I'm not the most spiritual guy. So
Sure.
when I say something has a life of its own, when it's something I created, it's kind of like, wow, you're about to throw the good word at everybody, aren't you?
Can I get an amen? So yeah, you guys are flowing. You guys are really flowing. And what kind of music would you categorize? What you guys ask? Because I'm hearing all different things in there.
We each have a different take. I'll let them chime in what they
Okay.
think is appropriate too. But I always end up telling people we're just '90s rock. Like
Okay.
that's our bread and butter in terms of cover tunes. And I always had this. It felt like there were these eras of bands like in the '70s that could get away with playing hard rock and then go play a nice acoustic tune. And it was the same as soon as the '90s came around. You had bands like Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and Dave Matthews Band who'd play these hard rock tunes, and then they play a nice soft acoustic. It was like they could switch gears, and I feel like there's not a lot of bands that do that anymore.
Sure.
And that's why I kind of categorize us. We just play if it's technically difficult for us, and if we enjoy playing it on stage, we're gonna play it, and there's really no holes barred with that.
Well, the industry has crafted all of this mysteria. And, a lot of people became nostalgic because of it. And really, I'm saying this because I'm old and I've experienced a lot of different areas, cities, music, culture within. Every city has its own musical identity. But, I think after the hair metal days where, everybody was doing the screaming twin lead guitar shreds, and then, they figured out that, whoa, the ladies really want to hear a ballad.
Sure.
You know,
They
and
do.
Yeah.
once again, it's all about the ladies. Really.
Well, you're not wrong. Like even now, when we look at our Spotify data, it's like 73% male and 27% female.
Yeah, and their girlfriends.
Yeah, and then you look at the demographics of our songs, and our two songs that could probably be considered ballads are the exact opposite.
Yeah.
So it's like,
So,
yeah, so we're drawing in that crowd very slowly, but it's tough finding what attracts everybody, what keeps everybody
Yeah.
engaged.
If it were up to me, I would make this a pop rock band available for weddings. Please contact us. And we do parties, bar mitzvahs. No, but seriously, like, yeah, I mean, for us in like the creative process, and I know like it's evolved since we've changed members and we've added people. But it always kind of starts off like, hey, I have an idea, and bringing that to the group, and it kind of expands from there. And I think I put a lot of my personal touch on my parts, and I know Tim does for his bass parts. Joe is, I don't know, he's okay. But then,
He's wonderful.
but then, like this, the culmination of all of it, and having everybody's input on it. I think it's kind of like when you give, like, there's a lot of people, and I'm not saying it's like a bad way to do it, but a lot of people, and I've been in bands too, where it's like one guy is the guy, and he writes the songs, and you play guitar or you play bass for him. And it's like when I joined, I was like, okay, this is kind of like that. But as we kind of got developed into the creative process and stuff, and being able to input our own ideas, it's all felt very organic. I've never had an issue writing for this band, and I've never had an issue being like the songs that I've wrote in the band have been like, yep, that's a Stray Sun soon, like immediately as soon as I wrote them, and bringing them to the group and having everyone be like, oh, we should try this, or oh, this is, and kind of having that sort of communication process and being like, yeah, or also being like, let's not do that, that sucks. Let's move on.
Speaking to that, like, Addison has a really good ability of adapting his songwriting style to the group that he's in. So he was in a band One Day Layaway, and he was coming up with riffs for them that I was like, holy crap, that sounds exactly like they should be. And then the few tunes that Addison has wrote for us, my parents, who have heard my music throughout my life, come up to me and go, holy cow, that's a really great song. Did you write that? And I go, no, that was him.
Yeah.
Like, it's just his ability to adapt the style is really cool. And I think the ability of both Tim and Joe too, Joe quietly has a really good songwriting ability too, and a very good arrangement capability as well.
For sure.
Putting songs together. And Tim is able to come up with these complex bass parts that feed into a kind of simplicity to what we're trying to do, where he's able to play things that are super technical, but they don't sound like it when he plays it or when the song is being played.
Yeah, he noodles like crazy. You guys, it's really great. So,
Well, this is one thing I got to say. I mean, it's a culmination of everything we've been talking about. It's you guys are filling kind of a void that is in the Colorado sound structure.
Yeah.
There's bands that are following certain paths, and they're doing the traditional, whatever that might be. But you guys are very versatile. You can get it, and then you can be. I mean, your training's in jazz, right? And
Yeah, that is correct.
I don't know about Tim, but you're pretty slick on that.
Tim just listens to a lot of
yourself.
Rush.
But still, I mean, you got, like I say, you're filling where there should have been. It's right where you guys should be fitting, which, complimentary, for sure. Because after so many shows we've done, and we're playing over 400 bands and solo artists in rotation anyway from Colorado, but so we hear a lot of music, and that's why I have to say, it's like you guys have got a slot in the spectrum.
something special.
Well, thank
Really,
you.
truly something
Yeah.
special. And as much as we have heard everyone's names thrown around and stuff like that, for the people watching,
Yeah.
how about we do the introductions?
Yes.
Jay?
So I'm Jake.
My name is Addison. I'm the guitarist. That bass player is Tim. That drum player is Joe Della Penna.
Wonderful. And you guys are the
Tim
Stray
doesn't have a
Sons.
last name.
His Tim the
It's just
unknown.
Tim.
Just Tim.
Just Mc-
And
Your
we are
Hawaiian organ donor?
KCOSdigitalmedia.com.
Yeah.
Gotta throw that in there.
And boy, I'd sure love to hear 2 more.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
absolutely. So the next one we're gonna play is called "I Feel Alive." Kevin Smith actually had a hand in writing this
Yeah.
one.
We stole it from Mule
Oh,
Train.
man, check that one out.
I've been turning my hands across the floor. I've been kicking the cravings, beats are red. And all these maggots are eating at my core. Mixing up all the questions in my head. Don't you know that it comes to what you say? Leading me through the bones of what you do. I ain't gonna get back here either way. Driving up through the dirt, now you'll go through. I said, I feel alive. Don't you know I got someplace I can hide? No, night away. I've been dreaming about my latest mistakes. Oh, and I'd wait. Finding new regrets while in my grave. I don't see myself bursting out the earth. I hoping that my peace will serve its place. Headed back to the room before my birth. I said, I feel alive. Don't you know I got someplace I can hide? No, night away. I've been dreaming about all my latest mistakes. Oh, and I'd wait. Oh, and I'd wait. Oh, I feel down the barrel these rounds, now I kick my head. Silence and go with breath has left my core. While I'm thinking I'm back to take the space, I'll be kicking my cravings evermore. Oh, I dig it. Oh, I dig it. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
This one was written by Joe.
This is DDF.
How do I know you? I ain't seen you around. It's not enough to play this stuff. You gotta feel that trick again. So tell me your name. You won't have to hide from your friends. We can take a run outside. Get our fucking dog again. Oh, Santa's lines got me bleeding love inside. Oh, I'll tell you I know where old boy's gonna go. We're gonna go.
Yo, were you gonna say something? Thank you, folks. There's a music video for that one that has 10,000 views, which I'm very proud of.
Should we do another?
Yeah, okay. So
Okay.
I was gonna ask. I go, how many Stray Sons fans do we have here tonight? Show of applause. Yeah. So you guys, you know, this has been way too long between appearances, and we don't want to see that happen again.
No, we're happy to come back.
So
For sure.
I got to say, for all the people that are here too, there is merchandise at the back table, and you guys graciously sent over MP3 broadcast-ready music. I had never seen the cover. I mean, the artwork on that CD is actually
Yeah?
exceptionally good.
If you would like artwork like that, you should contact Matt Meacham.
Yeah.
Kevin knows him.
Well,
He's-
if
he's
I
a
had a
dude.
CD, I would, but you know.
For sure.
But no, Matt's one of the collective. You know, we
Yeah.
know and love Matt, and still keep in touch with him and what he's been doing with Laid Back Jack.
Yeah, that dude is ridiculous. He's such a good buddy of mine too, and it's like weird for me to like hang out with him and then be like, we'll go to shows and hang out and stuff. Then it's like, oh man, I see him on stage. I forget that he's also exceptionally good at guitar. I'm like, oh man.
He's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That guy is ridiculous. He's a good buddy of mine, and yeah, he's an excellent graphic designer too. Like we approached him with the concept. I think we were sitting around at the couch, and the concept for the album was like, wouldn't it be funny if it was literally just us on the couch playing video games? And yeah, that's what we did. The rest is literally, that's it. Like we were like, hey Matt, do this for us, and we had a photo shoot. He designed a lot of the artwork and the logo and everything like that. And it was just an amazing process. It was so simple too.
Well, and there's an awful lot of amazing people in the supporting roles that make all this production possible. And, I didn't know it was Matt, but yeah. Great. That's really good to let everyone know that he is one of those that, I'm one of those that we like to do market research. We like to support local. We like to spread it around. As you might notice, I'm wearing the other prototype KCOS T-shirt, which we're developing our own merch line too. You
Right
guys
on.
got shirts and CDs and stickers and stuff, but yeah, we're trying to figure out what we really want. Of course, the ladies, we want Laura and Lisa to be involved in the input in the ladies' apparel. We've got a hoodie right now. We got a T-shirt, long sleeve. But it's all in what you do, right?
You need to get tie-dye.
Well,
We need a tie-dye shirt, just for Kevin.
I would love, if there was no limits to things, Kevin, we would all be amazing, right?
Well, you all are.
Oh man, we're and so it's like testimony, like Jake talks about. He's being very humble. He's worked very hard and a long time in making this happen. Same with KCOS. We are my science project, and the evolution that'll come out some more times in the future, because I think we're going to have an anniversary party again for KCOS. I think it's our 4th birthday, I believe, right? Since 2016. No, well, it'll be our 4th. But nonetheless, for everybody that hasn't been here before, doesn't know what we're all about, check our events calendar on our Facebook page, KCOSdigitalmedia.com. Throw a like on there. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, because we got over 1,200 videos on there. And they range from intimate club dates like this to, the Beat Goes On show has its own playlist, but I also do festival shooting video for what just happened. We have, 5 great Colorado blues festivals every year. And I'm lucky enough to be one of the guys that does Blues from the Top in Winter Park and Greeley Blues Jam in Greeley, of course. But that's where we get a lot of inspiration for our Sunday Worldwide Blues Show. So we got formats. We're going on, working on another one. We want to do something called Saturday Live, and we want to take cuts off the performance shows, and clean up some of the audio, like some of that hiss. But that's production, right? We are evolving, and we are proud to say that we've made it this far, and people still watch and listen, and it's growing. So thank you for everything that, we make no bones about it. We would love to fill this place up every Wednesday night, and, it happens, but then if it doesn't, that's fine, because
We fill it up with numbers.
it's a Wednesday night, and first of all, being a nonprofit, our mission has a little more to it than just, providing bar music. Okay? First of all, if you're a family and you can't get out because you're feeding the family, you can turn it on YouTube and watch it, or you can watch it later. It's archived forever. And
Invalids, people that can't get out.
well,
people that,
there's people that we know that are disabled, can't get out, or don't have transportation, period. So we love accommodating Colorado for Colorado. We support Colorado businesses. If you see our spinner in the corner of the YouTube channel, it's got all of our sponsors. We are looking for more sponsorships, but it is what it is. And
we're doing great, though, as
we are
it goes.
doing great,
We are
and we
plenty
want
of
to make
sponsors.
sure that everybody knows we have value in this community for contributing, the predominance of what we play on KCOS are unsigned independent artists. You know, Addison just said you guys are BMI artists now. Good for you.
Very good.
A lot are not even that. You know, I'd say 90% of who we play are not.
Well, and that's
affiliated.
Which
such a
surprises
simple
me.
thing that people. I just think people just don't know.
Well,
and
and
so
that's
and then
true.
they're amazed when they start entering those shows in and they get that,
Yeah.
you know, even just a $250 check every quarter, and like, wow,
Yeah.
we earned
Exactly.
that. you know?
Exactly, and that, you know, that's why I'm taking this mentoring moment for, you know, just because we want everyone to be successful. This is a great place for music, and it's, you know, only people in Colorado know about Colorado music, really.
Well, you know, I would like to maybe say maybe not, because I have some friends at Muscle Shoals that watch every single week.
Oh, let's drop names, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
my
Scott,
friends
how you
over
doing,
there. And they love our show, and they're always watching the artists and really liking.
We got
you
some.
know,
We have some friends, Magnolia Bayou, that just ran down there, and yeah, I'm super excited to see what they were down in Muscle Shoals.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man,
Place full of history.
My
For
my friend Scott down there, Scott Mabry. Hi, Scott. Has been the main sound engineer down there for the last, I think he told me yesterday, 23 or 24 years, something like
Jeez
that.
Louise.
Yeah.
It's a lot of history. A lot of
Yeah,
good records
lot,
came out of there.
A lot, and he's a great musician in his own right. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are, you know, our metrics tell us that we're watched in over 200 countries. So it's a great opportunity all the way around. And as the numbers build, like we were talking about earlier, it is great to have people that come down to the show to watch the show, get something to eat. But moreover, there's people around the world that are watching you guys, and that's really wonderful.
That's cool.
And now we have lights, yes, and a sign up there, and so you guys can look really funky and groovy
Yeah.
while you're playing.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm excited about you guys. I was just talking to a friend outside about you guys, and I know there's certain groups that I latch onto that I tend to follow, and I know that I will be
Thank you.
going where you guys are playing. 'cause
We got
you
another
guys,
fan.
Oh,
You guys
man,
got
so
you guys got flavor. You guys
We,
play music that makes a person want to dance. It actually makes me get that
Well,
move
that's
around
it.
feeling, and that's
That's
really
good.
yeah.
Thank you.
that's
I'm
feel-good
glad.
music, and you know what? So there's what, 13 cuts on the CD?
I think there's 12. Yeah.
Yeah, 12 cuts.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I eyeball everything.
It's
Baker's
funny that you
dozen.
bring that up, though. We were in the studio because we meant to put 13 on there, and we were in the studio recording. We spent 2 days tracking, and at the end of the second day of tracking, we were like, guys, we just did 13 songs in 2 days, and then we ran through the list in our head, and we were like, shit, no, we didn't. We missed one.
Yeah.
Crap.
Well, I really love it, the fact that you guys threw in a song that's never been played before on our show. We
Yes.
love that when people do that.
We're lucky when that happens. You know, I would like to ask you guys, if I didn't miss it, I hope I didn't, on social media, where can you guys be found, and where will you be playing in the near future so that people can come and see you guys and look you up?
Yeah. So Facebook, Instagram really is going to be the way to do it. We're pretty active on there. Nikki does all that because she's awesome. But yeah,
Oh, we have a website, too.
We also do have a
StraySons.com. Yeah.
Okay.
we've gotten a lot of traction on our website, and that's probably because of Joe making it all fancy for us.
You guys are all pretty fancy, I think.
Thank you. I feel
Well,
fancy.
You know,
Fancy feast.
That's
you
what
are
my
one
cat
of the
eats.
funniest guys
Thank
Honestly,
you.
you have a great
I would
sense of
like to
humor.
know better, because
If you guys come to shows, a lot of the time, he's the front man.
Yeah.
I'm just the singer.
Well, it'll.
I try not to talk in between songs at all. He really takes
The-
most of that.
My comic stylings. Let me explain that, because it's really funny how that kind of happened. We played a lot of shows. We played a lot of shows recently, and some of them were better than others as far as an audience turnout. So at the shows where we didn't have a lot of audience turnout, I got to practice and perfect the art of making everyone feeling kind of awkward and uncomfortable.
That's fun, though.
And then it evolved from there. So like now we're playing like in front of like a much larger group of people, and it's still just as awkward.
But
well,
that's
see,
fine.
this is
And it's
where
amazing.
this is where I'm liking you because
Exactly.
you know I have an unofficial deal with Nicole, and you know it's like okay when things are a little too slow, it's like my mind starts to wander too,
Yeah.
and I want to stand up and be a comedian, and that's when it's like. Okay, Nicole goes, okay, if you're going to do that, you got to charge a 2-drink minimum.
Honestly,
Yeah.
and you know that's why they hired me was for the awkward
For the
moments.
awkward
Yeah.
pauses.
For the awkward
Oh
moments.
man,
Yeah.
you gotta embrace
Exactly.
those. You gotta. Oh man, that's my favorite. It's just when we look at each other and we're like, it happened. I had an extremely awkward moment actually last week. So in my dry, weird, sarcastic humor, I told everyone that it was my last show with the band,
Oh no.
and paused it, and then delivered the punchline, which was because I'm auditioning for Float Like a Buffalo, which is a band that we were playing with, and those guys are killer. And I even asked them,
They're
I was
in
like,
rotation.
guys, I quit the band. And everyone, the crowd was like, oh, what is freaking out? I was approached by, 4 people immediately after, dude, you're quitting the band? I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you're not quitting the band? I've still been approached by it.
But it has to be said, there was no good delivery.
I know, I really
He
flopped it.
sounded like he was just very nonchalant. Like, hey guys, I just want to let y'all know that this is probably my last gig with Stray Sons, and
Yeah,
I'm
it was
actually going to
exactly like
audition for
that.
Float Like a Buffalo. So thanks y'all for coming out tonight to my
Yeah.
last show. Sounded exactly like that. And if I'm in the crowd, I'm thinking the
They're
same thing.
believing it. They're buying it.
Crap.
You know
They're
what?
buying it.
We had, I don't know if you remember, but we had one of our, actually I love the guy to death, but he threw out this question, and we were talking about, you know, playing their music, and he goes, oh, what, you don't listen to blah, 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 radio
Yeah.
station? And I just looked at him and I go, no.
We're like, no. We listen to it, but we don't talk
What
about it on
radio
our
station
show.
do you think I listen to, you know?
Well, my wife's the same way. She comes to shows and she's like, I love hearing you sing and your songs are awesome. You guys are great. You have to stop talking because it's just so awkward. She's like, I can't stand
man.
it.
She
And
is-
I'm like, that's part of the charm, is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
in between songs,
Believe it or
we're
not.
idiots.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good,
Well,
though.
you know, nobody called us about, you know, nobody calls us professional, but, you know, I like the fact that everybody goes, well, it's just like, you know, we're hanging out in the living room and
Yeah.
you guys are playing for the world. But I think that all this talk about, you know, silence and jokes and, you know, it's like time for some more music.
And
Since
it
we
is.
started a little late, I want you guys, I'd love for you to catch up and do like maybe 4.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is the one that I was talking about earlier that we all kind of felt a little iffy about and ended up being one of our favorite tunes. This one's called Not a Ghost.
Some sorrow has been dragging me down. Too much of my skin's been nailed to the ground. When walking on that my bare feet is stains. But to touch the earth is a bittersweet feeling. Now, don't you ever blame this hell on me. Don't you ever, 'cause the past I have is to me. Can you tell that I have busted through clouds? And I know they're speaking out the side of their mouth. So I'll raise him a glass and pay him a toast, while I'm silently screaming down out a ghost. Oh, now, don't you ever blame this hell me a hermit close to the trees? Would you baffle the masses to love my leaves? I'll take spinners and winners and sinners alike, because even with God they are willing to fight. Now, don't you ever blame this hell on me. Don't you ever tell me God does not want to see. 'Cause I hold out to what I believe. All this passion, all this faults in me to believe. They'll know, not a ghost. They'll know, not a ghost. They'll know, they'll know, they'll know. Yeah, yeah, oh, I don't know, I'm not a ghost. Thank you, thank you. So this one features Joe Della Penna back there on the drums.
Yes.
This one has a bunch of wonky time signatures, and we're assholes at
Oh
this
yeah,
stage.
it does. Oh yeah, we are.
Heaven help me sinners, I don't wanna be alone. Dive them in the river, ride them out onto your throne. Help me find a way. I've been That's Joe Della Penna on the drums.
Man, he can play.
Okay, Joe, where did you get that funkiness going on? You guys are so young, you know, really. It's a joy, first of all, to see such technique coming out of younger generations. I mean, you all are I mean, Addison, look, you're still just shredding in your mind, and Lisa's already made comments about Tim going.
I almost can't
"Oh my
stand it. I'm
God."
over here going, oh my God, that's so good.
And then Joe, that was just great stuff,
Thank you, man.
man.
Appreciate
Yeah.
Started with the basketball. No, I'm terrible at basketball. You never want to see me play. I'll never be seen playing that sport. I'm terrible at it. I started classically trained, and I did like concert band. I'm actually a high school band teacher. So I started like real little in 3rd grade, and my teacher was, how do I say this, super strong-willed and pushing of me at a young age, which I love. And so I grew very quickly out of that, and eventually got lessons from a great jazz drummer, Ryan Bennett, down in Chicago. And then I moved out here for school. But as for like the funkiness part of it, there's like no funk in my family anywhere. There's, other than my brother he played saxophone in high school, but no one else plays music. And so I just started listening to a bunch of different people. A lot of gospel drummers actually are where I get a lot of my stuff. So like Eric Harland, a lot more of like, not necessarily like new age drummers, but I grew up kind of listening to Dave Matthews Band and Carter Beauford. It's kind of got a funk feel to him as well. And then I started branching out from there and listening to guys like Tony Royster Jr., Eric Moore is a freaking beast. And then I've actually had a lot of students turn me on to a bunch of drummers. And so I just kind of draw a little bit from everywhere. So jazz, classical, salsa, funk. I love playing ballads. As boring as they are as a drummer, I love playing them. I don't know why. There's just something about playing a really fat backbeat on 2 and 4, and that's it. So I don't know. That's where it comes from.
See, and that's where the inspiration comes from, right? And you know, it's probably about a minute that Lisa should mention our Mountain Kids corollary charity thing, right?
Well, okay, yes.
Because we love seeing and hearing stories. He started playing drums at 3.
No,
Right.
third grade.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, to us, to kids, to boys, little boys, we're like, yeah, we're like 3 until we're 18.
Right? Maybe even 30, I don't know. Anyway,
Just to add something, it's funny because these guys talk about all their musical pedigrees and whatnot. I do not have the pedigrees that my 2 cohorts here on the instrumental side have.
Yeah.
I grew up in a very opposite situation as Joe. I've got a very, very musical family, and I've never taken a class in my life. So
Yeah.
that's outstanding.
I'm surprised Tim can read.
yeah, I can actually. It's funny because they didn't think that I could read music for a long time, and I actually can. A little bit.
Tim was like, I played the oboe in middle school. I can do this. Like, all right, Timmy.
I'll
Well,
tell you what, we have a charity.
Yeah.
We do. I don't know, Mark jumped in, and I'm so grateful. And we have Nathan, we have Miss Laura, everybody. It's called Mountain Kids Music. And what we're doing charity work for all forms of things that help children. But the mission itself is to collect musical instruments and lessons and give them for free to indigent children, kids that can't get music, can't get instruments, can't get it. We make sure that we have qualified teachers, good background checks, all this kind of thing. But we make sure that kids that otherwise wouldn't get the gift of music do get the gift of music. But that's not to say that we're not working with, we're working with Hug It Forward, trying to help them build bottle schools in Guatemala. We're working with Autism, the children of autism. We have wonderful Marty and Brian here. That is their life's work. They have actually donated and helped the startup for Mountain Kids to become a true entity.
That's
and,
great.
And we're very proud of that. And it's coming along really great, you know. So a lot
That's
of
really
good
good to
things
hear.
are coming. Yeah, a lot of good things are happening for a lot of kids. And it does my heart good. It does. I myself have 4 kids all told, but I have 23 grandkids, and I have 4 great-grandkids. And I want, all of my grandchildren are listening to music. A lot of them are wanting to be in music. Some of them are taking music. And it does my heart so good, you know, that they're doing it too. So, you know, that's pretty much what we're doing. And, yeah.
See, and that's it. I mean, the spark is got to be within you to just do it, because nobody, you know, and you hear horror stories about, oh, I was forced to have piano lessons and I had to practice, or I couldn't have dinner, or, you know, it's like those horror stories turn into, you know, actual things of beauty when the kid finally goes, wow, this is cool, and this is where I'm gonna take it, and
I've been
You know?
gifted, actually. Yeah. You know, when kids get music lessons, even though, like what you just said, it's true, Mark. Later in life, they realize that they've been gifted with something.
yeah,
You
you know, and
know?
that's it. I am not a repetitious person. I mean, thank God for you guys that play all over and as frequent as you do, and all the other bands and all the music that goes on in this town that people are missing out on if they're not out, because there's music 7 days a week here.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't sing because I had the throat cancer thing, but we do other things, you know, and because I'm not a creature of repetition, obviously I don't play anymore, so, you know, but I sure enjoy watching you guys, and I know that, like I say, I think we stopped you too, because you guys are so cool to talk to and interesting, and we want everyone, this is the purpose. We go, you know, we tell a lot of
Right.
people, we go, okay, if you're in a band and you're playing in a bar, how many people come up to you and talk
Yeah,
to you about,
exactly.
you know, serious,
They
serious
just
stuff?
drip beer on your guitar.
Right.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
shit.
Or you know, can you teach me to play that? You
Oh,
know?
man.
Oh, I've had a guy at a gig in the middle of a song lean over to me and say, "Hey, give me your guitar. Let me play real quick."
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not kidding. And I was like, "No." In the middle of singing a song, he was like, "Give me your guitar." And I'm like,
See, these stories are priceless, but yeah, it happens, I know.
It's amazing what people will do. The last time that my band played, we had a lady come up and decide that, because we were doing originals, decide that she was going to come up and she was just going to start singing, right? And she was really
karaoke
loaded, so
time.
it was kind of funny, but it was like not, you know,
Yeah.
I was like, get
Get off the stage. Get your own band.
right? You got your little beer elbow going on there. and-
Yeah. Well,
You know,
yeah. I mean, sorry, I didn't.
No, I just, like I say,
Oh, yeah.
I want you to get through your set list, so
For sure.
I'm kind of being the time manager.
"Yeah."
So I hate being, because, you know, this could be a, you know, as long as Nicole doesn't mind pouring drink kind of thing. But, yeah, but love to hear, who does not want
Yeah.
to hear more music?
Oh,
Do y'all
Come
mind
on,
if we
we
play
do.
a cover for you?
Yeah, let's,
Yes, we want to hear
All
everything
right.
you've
yeah,
got.
play about, 3 or 4 more. Let's get some on the clock.
So this is a Blues Traveler tune. Doesn't matter what I say, as long as I sing with inflection. But it makes you feel locked away. Some bitter truth or past reflection. I'll take nothing so far. I can keep it up as long as it takes. skittering, entertainer, rebellion. Make this maneuver as you win, and then begin to see what you're doing to me. This MTV is not for free, it's so PC, it's killing me. So that's what y'all sing to the love. Sure, the words originated, pain and fear of sound. Man, I can keep these feelings on the shelf. I've tried, no effect, I'm blind. Could it be financial suicide? I lied to Sergeant, fight a Sergeant God. I decide, all do is I decide and let it ride till I die. And only then shall I bide inside these catchy little tunes. No many days, one of my soul your balloons. I wanna burn all of these cities to the ground. I found I will mess around unless I play. Then hey, I won't go all day and hear what I say. I've been this way, this is how this was. With a pain that's stuck in me, the buck I don't win out. Let me go for Thank you.
So this is another old original. I think this was like one of the very first original tunes I wrote when I was about 18. I'm not very old, and that makes me feel very old.
I've become lost of way, screaming out so that I am found. And as a needle pulls the thread, she ties my body right to the ground. But the rope is true to me so that I can speak out sound. And I'll scream out loud, yeah. And I'll follow the crowd, yeah. For myself I will fall, yeah. Climbing over the wall, my back to the wall. Sergeant screams, stop running, you better just fall in line. You'll never see what I say I do, you'll always be behind. And I don't know what to believe, I can't seem to make up my mind. But the Lord, someone was coming, wanna take this shit right out my mind. I'll scream out loud, yeah. I'll follow the crowd, yeah. And myself I will fall, yeah. Climbing over the wall, my back to the wall, and I can't stop screaming, I can't stop changing my mind. And I want to believe that she was never so blind. And I walk in, out, I walk in, out my mind, yeah. She got me running back in time. She was never so blind. And I walked in, right out my mind, yeah. She got me running back in time. Thank you.
Thank you. I thought it was pretty good too.
Marvin, we good to play another one? This song is about drinking alcohol.
It's about drinking and wine. I'm from Kentucky, so I have a special place in my heart for bourbon, which is coincidentally the name of this song.
She slides her hand across my back to lead the way. Now I can't see no difference between me and him. There ain't no convincing a girl like her to stay. Since she told me what she done, there ain't been no one around to calm me quite like a bottle of whiskey done. So I slide back inside to try and spill away the anger, so I don't lay into her the way she wants. I've been feeling so lost in this space between the man that I am and the one that gives some grace. So I take one shot of whiskey, 2 shots, I'm done. It'll take me 3 days to get sober, and I'm gone, and I'm gone. Don't you ever see past all the bullshit you sold, all the lies that you told, all the pain you laid. And I ain't no one to complain, but damn girl, I'm sick of just being the one to have to listen to you try to save your name. Cause ain't no one know you like I do. Try to get back to the idea of some man crept beside you. So I take 1 shot of whiskey, 2 shots, I'm done. Yeah, take me 3 days to get sober, and I'm gone. Oh, and I'm gone. Oh, don't you know, girl, that I'm yeah. Oh, now, girl. Thank you.
So I'll give you a break. I saw you with the hand thing. I know I'm like that too. But really, so once again, you guys have matured beyond. I mean, we're all going. Elisa's just like, wow, yeah.
Thank you.
But you know, you. So I mean, so this is what it is. It's our show. It's like I say, it's live studio audience, but to the world. But you guys have also, I mean, you've rocked Oscar Blues Basement just
Yes.
recently
Yeah.
Sure.
for your CD release party, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also, you were here just the end of May at the Gold Room for a benefit.
Yeah. That was huge for us.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to talk about that if we can.
Yeah.
So, Mark White, your group is one of the most positive, influential, things that I think that I personally am grateful to be involved in the Springs.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
you.
For real. I know that there's a lot of high drama characters. I came up with that phrase a couple days ago. High drama characters. HTCs, baby. So yeah, I do appreciate a considerable amount, first of all, that you guys have us here. And also, we have been having the privilege of doing some really, really good stuff, like you were talking about your charity and stuff. I think that's super awesome.
Thank you.
Being able to do something positive and actually doing it is
Sure.
such a monumental task. And so yeah, the last time we were here at the Gold Room, it was for a Battle of the Bands that was put on. Yeah, it was put on by Break the Silence Against Domestic Abuse, which domestic violence. And those guys are super cool. Terry, Josiah, Kirsten, they're all super, super awesome people. And we were invited to do a Battle of the Bands. And at first we were like, oh yeah, I don't know, we'll do it. And then we all got in on board and had just the most amazing time. It felt great to be a part of something that was so productive and such a thing that people latched onto and had a meaning behind it. Because, when I hear Battle of the Bands, I'm like, oh, I'm going to beat everybody. We're going to win, man. And it wasn't about that, and it's kind of a nice switch of pace to be like, oh, instead of competing with the other bands, you guys are just, it's a fundraising event. And honestly, it meant a lot to me. And I know it meant a lot to everyone. I think everyone's been affected by that in some way, maybe not directly, but indirectly. And I think the ability for us to give back was pretty rad.
It's yeah.
It's
They were
very
great
important.
musicians, everyone.
I wanted to point that out too. I said it while we were there. I'll say it again. One of the biggest compliments to any band is to be put on a bill with other bands that are just really exceptional. And the groups that played there that night were phenomenal, to the point where we got a little cocky coming into it. We were like, yeah, we're going to play this Battle of the Bands, and we're going to slay it. And then that first band got on, and we were like, oh, crap, we better have our shit together. These bands are good. Holy cow.
I was sitting in my chair I got to warm up, dude.
It's time to practice. We got to practice right now. So I want to give out a shout out to JJ Sharp. Excellent. Wanna, spelled Junnah, I believe.
Yeah.
Juannah.
And while, hopefully he'll catch this on the replay, but, they have reached out to want to do the show too, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, we are booked to the end of the year.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Us
it's-
too.
If,
man.
if you have someone drop off, they should be one of the
Yeah.
first bands you call. They were
Okay.
just exceptional.
Okay.
I've heard that so much, and I can't wait. And besides that reaching out personally, that's always a bonus, man. It's like, okay, if you make the effort, I want to match it,
Well, and it's very, very true, you guys. it is rewarding to try to help other people.
Yeah,
It
for sure.
just is, you know. At this point in my life, I feel like through all the things that I've done in my life and everything, it is just time to make it a give. It's just
Yeah.
a give, and that's all I want. You know, that we're into it.
I'm retired, man. No, really, I swear to God, I'm retired. But so this is the labor of love. It's
Yes.
also the science project, and
For sure.
you know, thank you for the kind words. It's
Yes.
always humbling because we actually
Try.
we do it for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it should be said too, like Addison said, high drama characters. That I hate to say it, but the Springs is really kind of inundated with
Yeah.
them. And the thing that I really appreciate from the both of you is that it's so hard to find steady hands here
Absolutely.
that literally are just honest, have a lot of integrity and a lot of character. And what you both have put together here is really excellent because there's just so much exceptional professionability here.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have something put together and then come and it's exactly what you say that it's gonna be.
Exactly.
Oh, we
And-
appreciate that so much. But I
But
will
it's-
say this:
Go ahead.
it's not just the two of us.
No.
We
Yeah.
have Nate Lear.
Oh man.
Well, I have to do this because I would
Yeah,
say
we have to
for
acknowledge
us to
our-
take it all that. Of course, I would because I like myself and everything. But as it goes, it takes a lot of people to make this thing go right. And we have Nathan Lear, we have Laura Lear, we have George, we have the beautiful Miss Jennifer Stressman, we have Nicole behind the bar, we have Ashley. We have Perry, who wouldn't have, without him, this wouldn't have happened. The open-minded Gold Room. There's so many people and things that came together to make this happen that, as much as I'd like to, I can't say it's just me and you, Mark.
Well, no,
And I
I
wouldn't
don't
like
even
to,
want to
either.
say
Just
it,
kidding.
because that's why, I mean, we're KCOS Digital Media. We're there's no personalities. We don't have DJs. If you listen to the station, there's a laugh, yeah. But no, now we have the phone app on the Google Play Store. No
Nice.
excuse, man.
Right.
You know,
For
but-
sure. And also in addition to that, like having the representation worldwide, I can't think of anybody I'd rather have it than you two.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
man, thank you.
so
We
so
are the
much.
scene, we make it, right?
Thank you.
And Kevin's just Kevin.
Well, and do you guys,
No.
you guys will be selling, right? Obviously, we have merchandise over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
We do
of
have
all,
merchandise.
and also you guys will be selling your music, right? On what source?
We're everywhere now. So we're on Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon.
Well,
If you've got a streaming source, you can find us anywhere.
we'd like you to know that with our show, automatically with them selling their music on our show, that it's not a pass-through. It is a pass-through, is what I'm saying. There is
no, there
an
is no
automatic-
pass-through because
Please
we
help
take,
me with this.
Yeah,
I'm
we
okay.
take nothing. And I showed Addison, if there's a shopping cart on the website next to your song,
I'm trying to say.
and we play every song on your CD is in rotation.
Awesome.
So the shopping cart will be there, and you'll get whatever. It's goes right from your streaming or your partner distributor.
Right.
So, yeah,
It's just for
that's-
us to help you guys. We don't.
Yeah, that's a feature of
That's
our
We
rad.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's
really
a
cool.
feature of our broadcast software. So I mean,
Awesome.
Right.
But it just came that way. So yeah, we said that's a wise choice.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say, and I couldn't quite spit it
Oh,
out.
but you did good. But
Well, I tried.
You know what? And really, how many more songs were you gonna play for us?
We
tonight?
can play infinity songs for
Yeah.
you guys.
I
Just
know.
keep
I
going.
Infinity.
I just wanted to make sure that because we started like 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
And,
Do you want me to
I
ask?
don't know, can we do?
2 more?
2 more,
Yeah.
Excuse me.
for sure.
2, 3 song. 2, 3 more.
We're gonna play our poppiest song,
2 and 1.
and then we're gonna play a not poppy song.
So this one is called Lie to You, and just to put a background on this, we were trying to decide before we did our album what song we wanted to record and do a quick video for, and we went in the studio and just kind of dicked around with this one.
That is accurate.
And then we put it online without any promotion or anything. It was just like, here is us. And within like a 2-week period, we had 10,000 views on this video.
Yeah.
So it was really just a great reception for here. So this one is called Lie to You. Swears you to make mistakes. Oh, I've been away too long. Oh, I don't know what's wrong. Into my teeth are like a prison mirror, and it's pushing to the tip of my tongue. And if you really stop running, girl, it's best if you cut and run. 'Cause I'm always eating at you and I'm shaking out my rusty nails. 'Cause I've got drugs in my lungs and twisted that fail me stand. Oh, I've been away too long. Oh, yeah, I don't know what's wrong. So I love you, oh love you, oh love you, and I found its way back to love you, oh love you, oh love you, and I found its way back to. So it's probably too late to ask this since I've been swearing for the last 2 hours, but am I going to get you all in trouble with the FCC or anything like that?
Well, this
Hell
is,
no, I don't fucking think you will.
That's fucking good to understand. Thank you.
Language,
yeah,
Jake?
what she
Please?
said, I guess, you know. It's like you already
Sorry, I'll
did,
be
so, no, I mean,
Sometimes there's no better fucking word.
I know, I was really lying, but, you know.
this is 2019, come on.
I'm a little offended by your curse words, Jake.
Everything might change in 2020, though.
Yeah, it's true.
You never know.
God, I hope so. Excuse me. Not to get political. All right, so this last one we're gonna play for you is another old one. This is called River. Just to give a little background, I grew up LDS Mormon, and I had a lot of friends in high school who were evangelical Christian, and not to disparage anybody, but it was just I got told I was going to hell a lot, and when you're And when you're 16 through 18 and you get told you're going to hell by even your girlfriend, it's kind of like, well, maybe there's something wrong here. So this song is about dealing with the frustrations of being in a religious organization and not knowing how to express your opinions. And going to hell. Yeah, it's about going to hell too. In fact, everybody says I'm going to hell in this song, so. The song is called River. Oh my God, I am full of sin. I'm going down to the river. I'm gonna wash my body and clean it up again. Don't you know the devil caught me there? Says I'm a dead man walking, another troubled soul in the portals of his prayer. And everybody's there. This cold blue water may save my soul, my troubled man, to him I fold. Oh, preacher man, my blood is running cold. As long as I am not in pain. Enough water here to wash some sin soaked in yellow stain. And it grieves in me how heaven seems so grim. Who's judge among us? Who had switched the skin and that can let me in? Yellow sin. Don't choke me now, I'm walking free. The riverbank soak me underneath. Cloak cover me, blue water cover me. Everybody yell, everybody yell, everybody say I'm gone to hell. No devil
down to the river. Yes, I know I'm going down to the river. Oh, I know I'm going down to the river. Yes, I know I'm going down to the river. Oh, I know I'm going down to the river. Yes, I know I'm going down to the river. Oh, I know I'm going down to the river. Yes, I know I'm going down to the river. Oh, I know I'm going down to the river. Yes, I know. Won't you save me? Then I'll save my fucking self. Everybody yell. Everybody yell. Everybody say I'm going to hell. Yeah. Everybody yell. Everybody yell. Oh, won't you save me, please?
Thank you, KCOS, for having us.
That song was completely intense, and I loved it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I did.
You know,
but-
and
wow.
that's another part of, you know, performance at just, you know, a place downtown.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's, you know, unless you're a storyteller in between songs, nobody's going to ask you, what does mean? What's that mean?
I did have someone come up to me once. I played a show at a bowling alley in Monument when, or I guess Monument Palmer Lake, when there was the Pins bowling alley up there or whatever. And a guy came up to me after we played that song. He's like, I really liked that song, but I wish you wouldn't say you were going to hell. I'm not going to hell. And I was like, good for you.
Oh, man. Isn't that is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great story. But, you know, I want to thank you guys once again so much for taking time out of your
Thank you,
week.
Mark.
Yeah,
It's, you know, we can't wait so long, you know, for the next time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
We'd love to come back.
But yeah,
Yes.
I just want to take a quick minute, and we got some really cool stuff coming up this month, and I just wanted to announce the calendar. If you know, people could go to the Facebook event page and see, but it's worth mentioning. I mean, Ricky D. Hall is going to be playing at First and Main July 5th. Whoa, oh, okay. We want everyone to come out to that free event. Is it rain or shine, Ricky? Friday. Is it rain or shine at First and Main?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Friday. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we just had to make sure. But, you know, this was a show with great guitar players.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody, all
So,
the musicians.
yeah, oh, yeah. But, I mean, so what I'm emphasizing is next week, we're having, I don't know, do you know Steve Langamo?
I don't think so.
Okay, this is a story in itself. Anyway, I lived in Dayton, Ohio for 5 years when I was in my career, and I'd see posters all over Dayton for Steve Langamo playing somewhere. And anyway, he was like an instructor at a community college there, and he'd play midnight, but he's a jazz guitar player. And you might know him from the Quartet of Jazz Death with Colin Truesdale.
Yes.
But yeah, next Wednesday is going to be a jazz fusion
We
show.
actually, I think I've heard of that band, Quartet of Jazz Death, on Fox 21 when we were playing. The anchor and the weatherman were quite infatuated with them and let us hear a snippet.
They're
so
so good.
I will absolutely be checking those out.
Oh yeah.
I'm
yeah.
sure the weathermen will be checking them out too.
Well, and that's in that's in the archive of. We have plenty of that. I think
Yeah.
they played Stargazers, and they did a show in our little closet studio
wow,
that
yes.
you guys missed out on. Well, no, I think you did do one of those closet studios on Circle,
One Day
Circle
Layaway
Drive.
did. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and then
Yeah.
the week after, on the 17th, we got Dave Arvizu,
Love him.
guitar teacher extraordinaire from Meeker Music downtown, but his CD, Guiding Star, is charting all over the world. He's got that business thing down too, so exciting shows. The rest, wow, we've got the Wounded Warrior Fest at
Yes.
Sunshine Studios, July 21st. So we want all the veterans that are within the sound of our voice or our replay, or we'll be putting the word out. We want the veterans out for that festival. It's going to be Voodoo Hawks, Big Backyard, Dirty Kings, and 21 Taras from Denver that are
All
amazing.
It's a
amazing.
great lineup, right?
Yeah.
Big lineup. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you mind if
Yeah,
we
you did.
plug a few shows too?
No, please do. We want you to,
Yes.
we want to know.
So I just thought we neglected to bring Nikki up here. So to throw a plug for her and Addison's show this weekend. You'll have to remind me where it is. 'Cause,
It's at Jazz at Jack's downtown in Denver.
Denver.
All right. That's
Yeah.
a great
Right on.
place.
Yeah.
That's
me,
cool.
and, me and Nikki, we get down like that. It's pretty fun.
Well, that's the high rent district.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the place to be.
So next week we're at Rocks with the ETs, which is an awesome band,
Love
it.
on
Yeah,
July
yeah.
12th. And we are also we're playing 2 gigs that day. I don't know if there's any listeners at Schriever Air Force Base right now, but we're
Yeah.
playing a little summer picnic get together on Schriever Air Force Base on the 12th as well. We'll be there
about
from
that.
2 to 4:30. And then we got 719 Brewfest.
719 Brew Fest.
The great John Eddy. We'll be playing at Widener Field.
Hope it
That'll be a
don't-
great show.
That'll be fun.
Hope it don't rain, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, I
Right.
hope not.
I think the last two are, yeah, because, we know John. We love
Yeah.
John. Hi, John. Let's talk. But, no, really, we've been trying to get together for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
But 2 shows in one day, that's,
It's hard to do.
We're hustling. We almost did that 2 weeks back to back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's so hard.
Yeah.
What else you got there?
We're playing Mother Muffs on the 27th from 9 p.m. to 1.
Yeah.
And then for August, I think the only one that we have on the books as of right now is the Disgruntled Vets Fest on August 31st. I think that's being put on by Morty on the Move and those guys over there will
Okay,
be playing that
great.
one. But yeah, I think we got a bunch of Axe and Oak gigs sprinkled in there as well. But check us out on our website. We got events posted. And if you like what you hear, book us. We love to play
Exactly.
pretty much anywhere.
For sure.
Really.
Yeah.
absolutely.
And anything
yeah.
to do with vets, anything for vets, anyone that's doing anything for vets, we're all about it and we appreciate it. And anything that goes down like that, we're always looking out for our own. And that's what we should be doing.
Well, we're in part a veteran-owned organization.
That's what we should be doing.
Brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wonderful.
But, and that one last thing for us is the 26th of July is our National Women in Blues feature with the Bridget Kelly Blues Band for
Nice.
Help Autism. Brian's organization was a beneficiary of that already, and we want everyone to come out and see an all-star lineup with lots of guest appearances. And one is our own Wendy St. Cyr.
So
right?
good.
Yeah. And the day after that is Insomnia Stock. So
Tony Scholes Productions,
yeah,
Insomnia
busy,
Stock.
busy times.
Yes, and lucky for us, Mountain Kids Music will be, she's doing it, she's so sweetly donating from Insomnia Stock to Mountain Kids Music. Isn't that wonderful?
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, so thank you to Tony for that.
Yeah, and with that, I know we're way out of time, and once again, thanks again, and thanks to everybody for
Yes.
coming,
Yeah, for sure.
and listening, and watching, and being part of our family this on a Wednesday night.
Exactly.
Thanks for
Please
having
come
us.
back, you guys.
We'll do it.
Have us back.
Okay.
We'll be here every week. See you Wednesday, Mark.
All right.
Yeah, come and see Steve, really.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we love you. This is KCOS, digitalmedia.com. Had another great night. Love you, Mark. Peace out.